Hi everyone, welcome back. It's been a little bit since my last update. I've had some people reach out on social media, checking in to see if I'm okay. Yeah, I'm okay. I'm restructuring my life a bit right now to create things that make my heart happy. As I've been saying for some time, I just wasn't quite sure how to go about shifting certain things. So here I am, and I thought I would come back with a video that would answer a couple of questions that was presented. One of them on a YouTube video, and then one was through my Instagram. And these two just really touched my heart because life is hard. Life can be so hard, I know. And when you're struggling and you're just trying to grasp anything that will provide relief, any knowledge, it just really does touch me when people reach out to ask, how do you do it? And it reminds me of how far I've come, and also it's also reminds me that it's a real struggle, you know? Life is a real struggle at times, like really, really hard. And so the first question, they said, you know, I know you've been through a lot in life, and how do you stay positive? And I thought about that, and how do I answer this? How do I stay positive? And it's like, I laugh at stuff a lot, like probably stuff I shouldn't be laughing at, you know. I've got a warped sense of humor. I just try to find comedic relief in life, and that kind of lends to some kind of a positivity within me. If I can just laugh at something or laugh something away, not to brush off something serious, but you know what I mean? Just take a twist on something and don't let it drag me down into the hole. I do that. How do I stay positive? I think just really gathering tools, gathering help that feels like it's uplifting, you know, to me, and doing my best to fill my brain with good things. Years ago, I worked in an office, and I had a coworker was like, you know, people have to treat you with kid gloves. People, you know, you like see the world through rose-colored glasses. You know, you're really childlike or something. And I remember sitting there and being like personally offended in a way from that, thinking, you don't even know me. And that's your take on me based on our coworker experience, because I'm this way in the office, but you don't know me, you know. And it's because I know I've seen enough of the other side of life. I'm fully aware of the scope of crap, you know, that goes on. What do I want to focus on? That's the question, you know, to be answered. It's like, there are days when I am just in it, you know, I am in that hole, and it's like those days come, and sometimes I'm like, I can redirect this. And sometimes I just need to cry and feel it. For whatever reason, I got to cry today, or I've got to have a really hard workout at the gym, or I need to journal for an hour, or, you know, it's these tools that you pick up along the way, and sometimes they work. Sometimes you need to find a new tool. And so how do I stay positive? I'll just give I've given some, but majority of the time, if I can listen to music that makes me happy, if I can be around people that feel good, and that we can like bounce good off each other, or even somebody to go to that, you know, I'm having a crap day, I need help. And they're like, oh man, what's going on? You know, and then you can talk it out. And even that's like an elevator of your emotions. YouTube is amazing for helpful videos and just all kinds of information to be able to like pop up a video, listen to it, feed your brain with something other than what is bringing you down. Just a redirection of your thoughts, really. So, and don't beat yourself up if, like I said, if what you're trying isn't working and you're still just in the funk, maybe you just got to sit in the funk for a bit, and then you're like, all right, I've sat in this long enough, I'm getting out, I'm getting out. There are times where I have felt that funk, whatever, fog coming on, and I'll be like, okay, I'm too busy for this right now, so I'm going to give this 5 minutes. I'm going to give this 5 minutes to feel it and sit with it and ask why it's here. Why is this overwhelming sadness or depression coming at me right now? I have been on medication in my life. I've been on Zoloft, Xanax, Prozac. I've taken herbal. When I took myself off of those, I've used herbal help and meditation, yoga, nature. Again, just tools, just gathering tools that feel right for you. What works for me might not ever work for you. But if you can be open to being able to give yourself joy, and being able to say, I deserve good. I deserve to feel good. I do. I deserve to feel good. These words that I gave to this person, worthiness, self-love, forgiveness, acceptance, and surrender, those were the words that came up as I was responding to them. And if there's some way that you can direct your thoughts into what you are worthy of, I am worthy of feeling good. I can give myself self-love. I can cook myself a healthy meal. I can run myself a bubble bath. I can wrap up in a blanket and just lay here for a little bit and soothe and self-comfort. That's an act of self-love. Forgiveness. I can forgive myself for crap I've done that I know better now and wish I could go back and make different decisions, but I can't. So I can forgive myself right now for that. And if amends need to be made, if apologies need to be made, and you're able to, then you can do that, and that's part of the forgiveness process. And forgiveness of others. So this word was I put it on the thumbnail of the last video that I posted, because it's huge. And forgiveness is for yourself, because there are so many people in life that will literally shit on your entire existence, and then go away wondering why you stink. It's incredible. So it's like, somehow if you can find the way to forgive, that, and learn from it, be like, what did I learn from that? And what can I bring into my life moving forward and encountering other people or just living? What can I learn from this experience is a huge question to ask most anything that comes your way, especially challenging things. What can I learn from this? Acceptance, again, it's an acceptance of where you are, acceptance of what has happened, acceptance of all the parts of yourself, with also the awareness that you have the power to change as well. But there is some acceptance that is important to have, and not fight so much within yourself, which goes to the next word, surrender. So if you can surrender to what is and what has been, and keep within your mind that you can forgive, accept, surrender, you can also learn, grow, and move beyond what has been. How do I stay positive? Knowing that I have the power within me to change, to not be stuck. Even though sometimes memories do cycle around and I feel like, God, this again? I thought I worked through it. But maybe it's less intense now. And that's a winning, Maybe it is just now a thought, whereas before it was an all-consuming, I have to go curl up and fetal and cry for a little bit. Congratulate yourself on your growth, especially when there's no one else around that has done it for you or that will do it for you. Congratulate yourself, which is the self-love and worthiness. And how do I stay positive? Those are the ways that I have found to just keep my mind as much as I can in a place that feels good to my body, that feels good to my heart, feels good to my mind. Really try hard to move your thoughts into places that feel good as often as you can. So hopefully that answers that first question as best as I can right now. And then, what do I do for loneliness? That was the second question that, man, that one really like stuck a sensitive place, because I have felt quite alone the majority of my life. I'm naturally a loner anyway, but what do I do, for loneliness? And I know that there's a lot of it. I mean, we've got social media now that gives the ability to connect with people, but then like it's so rare to truly connect, on a deep, fulfilling level. There's a lot of superficial stuff that bounces about, but yeah, it's that loneliness can be permeating, and it can be so depressing and such a sad place to be when it's there and you don't know anyone that you can turn to and say, I need connection. And I think that's probably the remedy, or one of the biggest helps for, loneliness, is connection. And the connection can just mean something as simple as going out and having a beer with your buddy, or going for a hike, with a friend, bantering back and forth on social media and sharing stupid memes, that could be fulfilling and helpful to that particular place and time, combating your loneliness. It's really like there's a variety of layers to it, isn't there? It's a little bit of loneliness today that I just need some kind of human connection, and the superficial is enough, or really deep loneliness where you've isolated, and or maybe there's not somebody in your life that you can go to and say, I'm having a really hard time. I need connection, and then having them be able to say, I got you. It's huge. It's huge to have people that you can trust enough to say, hey, you're a safe space for me and I appreciate you. So that's an emotional one. Yeah, I mean, that's probably the catalyst, a big catalyst of why I wrote that book. The story of parts of, my own childhood in foster care was having quite a lonely childhood. And a lot of it, as I look back now, was just surviving the damage that was being done. I didn't know what else to do but to turn in. And there are some children who lash out, become aggressive, abusive themselves or whatever. I was an internalizer, so I just went within and did my best, which I can look back now and go, I was self-soothing, and surviving at that time. So those kind of habits have carried forward with me. And so for me, reaching out and saying, I'm not feeling well, or I need somebody to talk to today. That's been something that I've really had to learn to do. And thank goodness for the people in my life that have let me know I don't need to be alone. I don't need to sit in a corner and self-soothe. I have friends, I have people. So that would be the answer to what do I do for loneliness. Get people who truly care about you. And first and foremost, of course, is to care about yourself and to know that you're worthy of being cared for and that you don't have to suffer, in loneliness. You don't have to declare your worthiness and then make your life be a reflection of what you feel inside, that what you feel you deserve. And you'll see people come forward. You'll see maybe a friend from 20 years ago come forward, reach out on social media, or maybe a new friend through social media, or even at the grocery store. Maybe somebody will start a conversation, then all of a sudden there's just like a kinship feeling there, and you can grow that. And but definitely having people that you can turn to is a huge factor in helping that feeling of loneliness not feel so heavy. As I continue to post on this channel, I just want to thank those who've stuck and subscribed and who have stayed with me here and patiently waiting for when I update, and just being kind and reaching out and asking, is everything okay? Are you going to update soon? I do appreciate those words a lot, because I do have my struggles, and I do have days where I am just in it and I'm trying to see beyond it. And so we're all just human, and but I do believe that we go through our things to help others. If you go through something that is really hard for you and you feel like you're on the other side of it, then do help somebody else going through that, that same experience or something similar. It's that will in turn help you feel better. So yeah, on that note, till next time, thanks for watching.